one more hour, but then I'll raid someone, so you still get drops.
And deposit it in the stone, even inert. It reaches for me, and it's ravenous. I will begin. Prepare yourselves.
Collect coalesced magic. One or two more? That's the last one.
Proceed.
I'm no stranger to spelunking, but this one feels different. Is it colder in here?
We are likely the first living beings to enter this place in a millennium. The magic senses us. It's curious.
Fits with Shadowstone. Spun with our
Is that what we're looking for? Is that our doohickey?
This is it, isn't it?
woven from mist.
It is revolted by my essence. Wayfinder.
Take Ancora. I mean, can we just leave it here? Oh, it looks like that new legendary.
Incredible.
I'm a wizard, Harry.
Does anyone else hear that?
Oh yeah, I do. Got a hell of a lot louder when you picked it up, too. I am not a fan.
Those who crafted Ancora sacrificed a piece of their essence to it. You are hearing all of them, all at once.
Gross.
Sounds way too powerful to be tucked away on some island.
Sidney thought its destruction would mark our demise. Otherwise it would have been destroyed long ago.
Do you wish to ascend?
Yeah, Wizard Muck, let's go!
What was that?
I don't know, but let's get eyes on whatever it was.
Ascend me, Sydney! Investigate the rumbling. Ow! The floor. Oh. Oh, look at this guy striking a
I don't
pose.
see the necessity of my path yet. But you will, Commander. You're results-oriented. Always have been. That's fine. You'll come around. Seb, keep them occupied.
I'll handle it. Get out of here.
Take your time.
The Raptors. Okay.
Looks like you've got this under control.
Are you leaving already?
Oh, Kuda's here too?
Yeah, Just like you left me on that beach to be eaten by a crab.
Don't assume I need you, Kuda, because I don't. Stand down. I want to have my fun first.
I can cast a ward, but not much else. The explosion released. You must.
I don't have my weapon. There we go. Alright. So, what was the other one's name that picked up the staff? Blast, something like that? I think he knows we're going to kill Seb here. Because he told Seb, occupy them, and Seb was like, leave, I'll take care of this. And then he slowly turned, and it was like, he looked at him and he's like, I know what you're gonna do, and I know you're going to die doing it. And he just goes, take your time. I think Vlocks knew what Seb was gonna do, but he also believes in us and that we will kill him.
It's not your turn. You useless machine. I will end this myself. 5,
Eyes on the
7,
raptors.
to my side.
Wait, what? Okay. Is he?
Eyes on the raptors.
I
Incoming
promise to
damage heavily
utilize your
reduced.
image
Okay.
in my next innovation. Pointless creature. Just surrender. Finish them! Not me! Mindless fool!
Good job, you two.
The raptors came back and helped eat Seb.
What do we do with them?
Put them out of their misery.
No, we should free them. Seb's dead, so I don't know if they pose any danger now. And this is their home.
Pick up the device beside his body. Abort control. Override Seb's mind control protocol and release creations 5 and 7.
You can go. Go.
I wonder if they'll help us in the future in our time of need.
Iskaran, blink for me, please.
My well-being is the least of our worries now.
Well, the annoying one is dead. We won a battle.
Yeah, but Vlocks has the staff.
Let's get Iskaran out of here first. Then we can figure out what to do.
Rendezvous with your allies back on the Dark Leviathan in Shipwreck Strand. Dude, I really... Hold on a sec. I want to see that again. Hold on a sec. Give me a minute. Just, there was a moment during that. There was a moment during that. Hold on. Close this. Alright, so this is the stream we're in right now.
You find her.
Leave it. Oh. Okay, right here. Oh, look at this guy striking a
Don't
pose.
see the necessity of my path yet.
You will, Commander. You're results-oriented. Always have been. That's fine. You'll come around.
So, we've heard him say before, he said, I trust you completely. Your allies, less so. He once said, you are the shining example of what we should all be. And again, I don't know if he meant Asura or mortals, because he was comparing us to Isgarin when he said that.
Seb, keep them occupied.
So when he said keep them occupied, he meant keep them occupied. Not try to kill them, just buy time.
I'll handle it. Get out of here.
And then here, he looks back and he's like, oh, Seb's going to disobey me and try to kill them.
Take your time.
But I have full faith that the commander is going to kill Seb. That, in my mind, that's what all went through his head there. The Raptors. Okay, alright. I am liking this. I don't know if you... The Vlocks? I'm liking Vlocks as a villain so far. I really am. Now, to be fair, I was really liking Saris as a villain, but then they killed him out of nowhere. So, hopefully, they let Vlocks cook for a bit. Alright? Hopefully, they let him cook for a bit. If you know, you know. Wait, where am I supposed to be? Oh, way over here. No, we're not walking. In before he dies in the next patch, and then Bram's the villain for the rest. I mean, I'll happily kill Bram too.
Time to figure out our next steps.
Allow me to set the stage. We've got an idealistic genius with menacing but vague aspirations on the run. Oh, and he's Inquest. And now he has a staff that will grant him potentially limitless power, and grant others the same. Have I missed anything?
That's about it, yeah. And we still don't know what he wants to do with it all.
At least you killed the snarly one. Seb, was it? The patrons of Pub Canuck have had a lot to say about him.
If Vlocks could perform the rite with just the staff, he'd have done it already. What else does he need?
Deeper in the island, there is a well of immense power. It is where Ancora was crafted, and where our rituals were performed.
So Ancara's like a
take
key?
Ancora to those grounds first, if he wishes to perform the rite.
You think he knows how? Can a non-seer actually pull this off?
It would not be an easy feat, but it is not impossible. And he has proven his cunning at every turn. The Cryptus were driven by gluttony and revenge. The Titans by instinct. We don't know what drives Vlocks. And now he wields one of the most dangerous conduits in Tyria.
He's a conduit!
And we don't know what he seeks to do with it. He is a very real threat to us, and all of our people. Now, we must stop him before his aspirations turn it all to ash.
Answer the incoming comms call.
Before I say anything else, I must thank you for disposing of Seb for me. In the end, his cruelty far outweighed his usefulness. He will not be missed. I regret that things have gone this way, Commander. You deserve better. But circumstances have dictated my choices for me.
You need to stop this, Vlocks, while there's still time.
That there is still time is exactly why I must continue. The future of our world is at stake. Tyria has survived a dozen crises because of you. We may not survive the next if we don't act now. I am still not your enemy. I hope you will see that soon enough. But for now, I must continue onward, regardless.
You don't have to do this, Vlocks.
I have a lot to say about this conversation.
I do, Commander. Someone must. And no one else will.
Okay, you know what this sounds like? This sounds like in Warcraft. At the beginning, there was humans versus orcs. However, the real enemy was the Burning Legion. And this, to me, reminds me of Talking to Medivh. Now, for anyone who didn't play Warcraft, I'm just going to super summarize this. In the early games, there was humans fighting orcs. And if they made peace in their universe, their military might would weaken. And when the Burning Legion comes later, they lose. And Earth is destroyed. Or Azeroth. Sorry, Azeroth is destroyed. It's taken over, enslaved, everything. But if the humans and the orcs fight, they keep building each other up, building each other up, building each other up, because they're constantly finding new ways to kill each other. When the Burning Legion invades, which is like demons and stuff, the humans and orcs, if they then ally and turn against it, they're able to save the world. Okay? So it sounds like, to me, based on my experiences, that Vlocks is hinting at a stronger, bigger bad that is on the way. And what he is doing is saying, you've solved so many problems for us, you might not be around for the next one. I'm handling this. And in his mind, the way he's doing that is get this staff and get juiced and prepare some stuff, and he's using the inquest as a means to an end. So this is very interesting, because, and again, I could be totally wrong on this, but this seems very similar to just a plot device that I've seen before, which is the bad guy, in his mind, is a good guy doing a necessary evil to prepare us for a bigger bad guy on the way. And they have to, in my mind, they got to be careful with this, because it can be very cliche depending on how they do it. But so far, they're doing a really good job. That's my read on it so far. Gift of the Tides, by the way. Story complete. Canuck? Commander, care to talk some sense into our dear pirate queen? Don't sign me up to mediate.
Are you ready to admit I was right about Vlocks?
Not at all. Have you forgotten your first meeting with the commander? You tried to turn them into Joko for a bounty.
That was different.
It was. You didn't even believe you were saving the world by doing so.
It was a mistake, and one I've more than atoned for.
Exactly. Which is precisely why it is too early to pass definitive judgment on Director Vlocks.
Ah, you're an ass.
I humbly accept your concession, my dear.
There's an old saying that if the other person resorts to name-calling, you've won the argument. And I feel like he just flexed it right there.
Vlocks is introducing Fortnite-style crossovers. The true big bad is them introducing that Darth Vader really leads the inquest.
You can get spear skins from the echolocation boxes on the ocean. I just got Lightward's spear out of it. Oh, cool. You know, another small thing I appreciate that they did in this expansion so far, chat. You know when you're in a story chapter, and you finish it, and there's these optional conversations. Like, right now, I can leave, but I could go talk to these other two people. It's an optional thing. They appear to all be voice acted. Do you guys remember in many of the previous expansions, these post-story optional conversations? They were all just text. And I'm pretty sure they've all been voice acted this time. What are you thinking?
I once thought that I knew the solution to each of the world's problems.
You don't?
It's impossible to know.
Oh, is that it? That's it. That's all he's gonna say. What's up with the birds? One of them is my fun pet, and one of them is my fighty pet. Sai's got a bad feeling about this. Certainly got a lot more questions than answers.
No matter how noble the vision, no one should have this kind of power.
No kidding.
I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. What do you think he wants to do with it anyway?
He said he wanted to return Tyria's destiny to the hands of her people. Still not sure what that entails.
Yeah.
I have another stupid thought.
Just not lining up for me yet. Especially since a part of the Arcane Council was on board. Even if Flax financed this, Vlocks isn't a big fan of the Council. Whatever he sold them on was a false bill of goods.
Guess we should catch Ludo up, if we can get a decent signal to the mainland.
I'll take care of that. Wanted to see if I could touch base with Kree anyway.
Oh. Wait, quick start. I see your message. Give me just a minute. Okay, chat, do you guys remember the Djinns? Raid Wing 6 and 7? When you finally defeat the big bad Djinn, a whole bunch of his power bursts into the air, and the Djinns as a people decide, rather than have one person in charge, like one king or whatever it's called, whatever they call it, emperor, I don't know. They just said, we're just going to do this democracy style, and they divided up his power to the people. And literally, the guy turned into like mana and was divided among all the surviving Djinn, and they each got juiced with a portion of it. I'm wondering, I'm just thinking of that because of the. Don't interrupt me, Flute. Because of the, he said power to the people. I'm wondering if he wants to use the staff and to try to pour it into mortals, or maybe Asura, because the council approved this mission, right? Like, go undercover, take over the inquest, get the staff. Maybe the council thinks he's going to bring it back and just juice the Asuran race. I don't know, but I'm reminded of that situation. Okay, real quick. Quick start, are you referring to Blazing Fire? Because I just realized I have a notification from him. Blazing Fire won a code earlier, chat. And Quickstart said he was trying to reach me about that. I think it was him. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to be honest here. He didn't freaking pay attention. Because I said when I gave these away, they were for standalone client, not Steam, not Epic. So he won, and again, so he entered the giveaway. Against all odds, he won. And now he's like, hey, it's not working on my Steam. So, I'm going to message him back now and say, yeah. I did say during that giveaway that these codes were for the standalone client, not Steam or Epic. I'm sorry, but that is what I had. Do you have any friends or loved ones that would like it? If it is useless to you, let me know and I will find it another home. Okay, I wrote him back. Okay, so, focusing on the story for a second. So I believe that's all the story so far, right? I believe that is all of the story we have so far. Path of Divinity. Okay, I've interacted with everything here. I'm just admiring this. This wasn't Kanak's ship. This is Saida's ship, I think. Kanak's ship was the one that got destroyed. Dude, who has to climb out there and light those things? Good lord. Hold on, I'm gonna look underwater here. Oh, it goes really far down there. Use an arrow every time you want to light them? I mean, you still have to, like, fill them up with fuel, like charcoal or something. Okay. Alright. Leave instance.
They make the elementalist useful at lighting time.
Okay. So what do we have? Alright. So for those that are watching me live right now, every time I do my first playthrough of New Story, it goes on a playlist on my second channel. There's a lot of people that seem to enjoy watching that, those first-time playthroughs. So this is going to be in the playlist. We're basically at the end of the playlist for this patch right now. So I want to kind of do a little review over it and my thoughts on it. I basically just kind of want to do like a rundown at the end here and give my thoughts on what we've played so far. So just to recap, we are at the beginning of Visions of Eternity, and there's 2 zones, which you can see on the screen right in front of you that have been added. I have not yet seen the metas for either one. I have not yet tried all of the new elite specs since their beta forms. I have not yet made the legendaries. So what I have done is played the story, and so this is a review of the story. So a few things. First off, they had a pretty smooth launch, but there was a hiccup. And that was the thing. There was multiple small bugs we found, and I do mean small, except the thing with Pete. The thing with Pete was actually super frustrating for me, and I'm fine now. I'm chill. I'm just sharing my experience here. The thing with Pete was he gives you a collection, but you can continue just doing the main quest. So many people, including me, were just like, oh well, it's a collection. I'll just do it later, and I kept doing the main quest. But if you didn't finish the collection before you moved from chapter 2 to 3. You could get all the way to chapter 4 and then you were soft locked and you could not continue unless you wait for a hotfix or go back and replay chapter 2 and then do the collection while you're in chapter 2 and then go back to chapter 4. So I had to do that. I spent, maybe an extra 20 minutes doing that, but it was really irritating, right? It made me like, I was having fun, and then I just crashed. Like, my level of enjoyment just crashed really hard, and I had to, like, get myself out of that funk before that. And if any of you are watching me live and you don't know about that yet, that is a soft lock bug. When you finish Pete's quest, you unlock the Skimmer Masteries, and you need the Skimmer Masteries in Chapter 4. So if you get to Chapter 4 and you haven't unlocked those Masteries, you gotta go replay Chapter 2 to unlock them. But they are working on a hotfix that I believe is due to come out tomorrow. So that was, I would say, the biggest problem at launch, which, you know, again, that's a pretty smooth launch, you know, like they did their usual very awesome launches where all we had to do was restart our game clients, hop in, we're on the expansion, you know, there was no server downtime, great job, everything was working, the maps were spinning up fine. Also, I heard from a lot of people that the hero point in the top left corner of the first zone was bugged out. It worked fine for me, but a lot of people told me they had problems with it. And then the thing with Pete was another thing. There was some other smaller bugs and glitches that we ran into. Some of them were just funny graphical glitches. Others were, worse than that. But the thing with Pete was the big thing. Now, talking about something that was not a bug, but was a design choice that I did not agree with. The collections. Now, on the first collection, it wasn't that bad. It was all above ground at the same, like at sea level, and you're just running around and trying to find these things. The problem was the thing with Pete, where if you moved to Chapter 3, those things were no longer clickable and you couldn't do it. But that collection was not that bad once you realized that you needed to do it. The following ones, though, with those underwater tubes and stuff, were a lot harder to find. Now, if those had not been part of the main story, I think it would have been fine. You know, it's an option, like, there's already tons of optional challenging collections that are in the game right now. That would have just been another one. But the fact that it was required for the main story, and it was really difficult to find some of these, I think, again, this is all just my opinion, it led to a level of frustration. Because it's like, yo, I just want to see how the story ends, and I've spent an hour trying to find this godforsaken plate. Why? You know, like that's the kind of thoughts going through my head during those moments. So the collections, like, you've got the story that just kind of goes on rails, you know, it's just like this. And then you've got these optional side stories that involve collections. People can do them, or they can just ignore them and pretend they don't exist, right? And what they did in like, as far as these, like, there's not a lot of brain power on this path, on the questing path. You just follow it and do whatever it says, and maybe you get a good story out of it, maybe you don't, depends on your IQ, right? But what they did is they took this and they put it here, and I think it was an experiment, and they tried to do it instead of the green bars thing. I don't think it worked, because the result had me missing green bars, and I can't believe I'm saying that. The end result is, like, it was just really difficult. It was very vague. Like, I was here with thousands of you trying to figure this out, you know? And we were all together trying to figure this out because we just wanted to be done with it, you know? Like, the first one, I'm like, no spoilers. Don't help me. I don't want spoilers. The last one, I'm like, someone give me the answers. I gotta get out of this hellhole, right? I was just like, give me the answers. I am in hell. I want out, right? Like, that was really, really rough. So, yeah, I would have taken green bars, I would have taken do 5 events, I would have taken do all the hearts, do map comp, I don't know. But the implementation, combined with how hard these were, and icing on the cake, if you didn't find, one, the NPC doesn't help you for like an hour. If you still haven't completed it in an hour, he sends you a mail that says, you suck, come back here. You come back here, and then he does that VHS tape thing where he shows you where to go in the zone, and some of them are wrong, which is just fuel on the fire that was my anger. Some of the directions they give you are incorrect. And then I think I probably spent a couple of hours today on just trying to figure out these collections. There were 3 collections in total, I think. And just some of them, especially the one with because here in Shipwreck Strand, I'm gonna make something up here. There was one that's like you go into a tube underwater here and it spits you out here. So Isgarin is like, yeah, go to Shipwreck Strand, but you actually have to go down here and find an underwater tunnel that leads like under here, and then that's how you find it. And so there was a lot of them like that. There were there's this underwater network spiderweb of tunnels down here, and you got to find the right ones. Which in a week there will be someone that has like a map with like enter here, go here, and it's going to be glorious and it won't be that bad, but it's going to require like a third-party resource to make it a smooth experience. I don't think it was that thing I don't think was implemented well. Let's see. Amanda says, I understand the frustration. I think the people that enjoy the collections bits are the ones that aren't trying to get through the story in one go. I personally am having a good time with them, but I'm not trying to get to the end. And that's going to vary from person to person. I'm, of course, just sharing my thoughts on this. So for me, I loved this. Yeah, chat, so far, I think I am enjoying this story better than Soto or Janther. Maybe EOD for Chapter 1. Like, let's call today Chapter 1. Chapter 1 of this, I might be enjoying more than Chapter 1 of the last 3 expansions. Like, I'm really liking it. But I'm talking about the writing. The collections that were like, here's an hour of looking for a plate before you can experience more of the story, that had me so frustrated. And I just wanted to get back to the really good story. Like, I didn't mind something spending time, but like, you know, the thing was, it was like, yeah, look near the Inquest base for a plate. And I was like, and then it was over here. The plate was over here. And so like, I spent so much time there. You know, going like underwater, there's a tunnel that goes in here. I went into the building, and the building had 2 floors, and then I was lapping it, and then there was a tunnel here, and then it was finally over there. So, yeah. I think the collections thing did not land well. The Pete thing was a bug. That will be fixed, and then in the future, people won't have to deal with that. Visually, this is beautiful. The Shipwreck Strand is beautiful, and Starlit Weald is pretty good. This zone is beautiful. They definitely made a zone where Skimmer is quite fun to use in with all of the waterways and stuff. I think the music is great. I think they did a great job. Like the music department and the graphics design department, I think did a great job here. This place is really fun. It's fun. It is just fun. This is kind of an odd one. I was kind of surprised by how many people wanted me to be their therapist in Hullgarden. There was that surprised me. Like, I don't love or hate it. I just chose not to do it, and maybe I'll come back and do it later. But there was a lot of people there that just wanted me to be their therapist. That was kind of weird. It's like, yo, we just met. I'm gonna charge you by the hour. So that was weird. I'll throw in a criticism here. No portal for alts, no portal to Castor or Janther Wilds in the new homestead. So someone said that Lion's Arch had a portal to Castor? I haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure where that is. I will never know the pain of muck, thanks, ads. Sorry, Rad. You'll have a VOD we can rewatch and learn from your suffering. Oh yeah, of course. But yeah, overall, story-wise, experience-wise, visuals-wise, music-wise, I really enjoyed this. I've already expressed the things that frustrated me, the things that were bugs, the things that were design choices. I've already expressed all that. Going forward, I want to finish map comp of the second zone. I want to figure out the metas. I haven't seen metas. I don't even know. Do both zones have metas? I haven't seen either one. Because like the first zone in Janther did not have a meta, really. The Bog Queen was kind of one, but not really. Zelzo says yes, both have metas. Okay. So I haven't seen any of the metas yet. So I'm going to see that, and then I plan on working on the legendaries, and then I plan on trying out the other classes and see how they feel with their changes. I haven't tried in the beta. I tried everything, or at least one build on every character. In live, I have not tried any of this stuff out yet. I haven't tried any of this stuff out yet, so that would be the next thing. So, yeah. That's it. That's all I've got to say. And again, this is the end of like the YouTube playlist of just like playing this chunk of the story. And this playlist will continue when the second chunk of the story comes out, which I think is in 6 months. Because 3 months from now, there is not a new story chunk being added. So the second update, which is in 6 months, is when the story will continue. And I'm very interested. I'm very interested. They've got me hooked. They're using a few plot hooks that I've seen similar stuff to before, and I'm very curious if I'm correct on what I've said so far. That's a long ass time. It is a bit of a time, yeah. Muck, check your DM. Yeah, give me a sec. Okay, so yeah, that is the end of the YouTube playlist for this. Turning my attention back to the live stream, and we'll add more to this playlist in 6 months.